Okay, it's exciting times now in the Prologic camp. We've got a host of brand new bivvies for this year. We're going to take a closer look at the new Commander VX2. Now this is the biggest bivvy that Prologic have ever made. This will suit the continental anglers, the guys going away for the big long sessions, you know, 2 guys in a bivvy. This one will accommodate them all. Now this is over 1.85 m high, so basically you're not going to smash your head on the roof of it. It is also 3.15 m wide and 2.85 m from front to back. Now with the addition of the overwrap on, this puts an extra 125 centimetres, 1.25 m on the front, so you have a porch area where you can sit inside, eat your food and see the lake, see what's going on. Come back in a short session and we'll take a closer look at these new bivvies from Prologic. Now we're here with the Commander VX2 out of its bag, again a comprehensive bivvy. Now nothing's been spared on this, good heavy duty ground sheet as with all Prologic bivvies, with the unique feature that these zip in around the edges 10 centimetres up the side, so there's no chance of your creepy crawlies getting in the bivvy. Also supplied with a mainframe tension bar kit. Now these go across the top of the bivvy, take all the tension up. Now the rear one, easy to distinguish, it's got the point on the bottom, so that's the one that anchors in the floor. These are adjustable, so you can adjust it to keep the tension on the bivvy at all times. A very good comprehensive bivvy set. It's none of your cheap wire stuff, these are proper bivvy pegs. You can drive these into the hardest grounds, and then we come to the bivvy itself. Okay, step one is to take the bivvy out of the bag. Obviously it's come out of the bag, I've separated the ground sheet and the pegs and the tension bars, so it's nice and simple. Just start to unwind it. Just start to open it out. Okay, here we are, we're now moving on to step 2, we're putting this bivvy up. Now basically the door's in front of me, now whichever way the door is, it's going to come towards me, so that's very important. So choose whereabouts you want your bivvy in your swim before you start to put it up. Now you'll notice straight away that the poles on here are in 5 sections. Now this is lightweight high grade aluminium poles. Now they also have the anti-elastic chafing bushes inside there, so there's no way that elastic's going to wear out. Now they're also shaped as well. Now this gives it extra strength on the joints. Now a lot of bivvies have failed in the past because of this, because the bivvies can, in high winds, they can twist and stuff. No chance of that happening with the Commander. Now basically, you'll see there's a flat side on the bivvy, there's a flat side on that one. So the pole goes in nice and easy, but it can't twist, it locks in place. Now that's the front pole. Now also while we're at this end, we'll work on the middle pole as well. The middle pole is a bit different to all the others. It has 2 extra legs on it, and this hits the ground, gives it a nice sturdy, sort of like central section in the bivvy. Again, we place a pole in there, nice and easy to push in, and then to the back one, exactly the same again. And from there, I'm going to go all the way to the other side, so you must work from the outside, putting the poles together, and then meet in the middle. Okay, step 3 now, all the ribs are in place, locked them all together. Now, moving on to step 4, the front pole, you'll see it has this male like peg on the end. Now this sits in a reset right next to the front peg, so it clicks into there nice and easy, and then we'll go over to the other end and do exactly the same again. Now with the front pole in place, we move on to the rear one. Now the rear one is exactly the same. You'll see there's a female part of it, here's the male part of it. It's nice and easy, just pushes in like that. We'll repeat the process again on the other end. Okay, step 4 now, all the bivvies are in place, so now we've got to just fix the tension straps. Now this set boasts 2 tension straps, one at the front of the bivvy where the door is, and one at the back. Now this helps the bivvy aid its strength. Now the external construction of the aluminium poles basically is finished by when this tension strap's locked into place and it aids the tension to it. So they're nice and easy to fix, just nice little clip there, pops through a nice strong aluminium ring, then there's one at the front, and repeat the process for the one at the back. The VX2 Commander bivvy is supplied with its own aluminium tension pole. Now these are nice and easy to fit. Basically look for the flapper material in the middle there. Very important, keep the single one at the front and not the double one at the front. So basically this threads through here onto the front bar, secured at the other end onto the middle bar. Now it is important, must have the first one with the 1 foot at the front and the 2 foot in the middle. Basically because there's another one that locks into there now which we'll put in place. Again, easiest way first is to put the single end through the flapper material. It locks into there in place, nice and easy. Then onto the back bar. Now at this point, again, to make life nice and easy, it's easy to extend it from here. So put the tension on as tight as you want it, and then we'll go to stage 2. And then last but not least, the one at the rear. Now there's no flapping material this time, so that clicks straight in place, like so. The next part of this bivvy now we've got the main frame in place, is just to pull the sides out. Now they're all pivoted on this middle rib that goes across the middle, so just pull it out, make sure it's nice and tight, and that's it. Repeat the process on the far side, and we're nearly ready for pegging it in and getting the ground sheet in. Now this, again, aids the bivvy's strength by spreading the load. It gives it basically more tension points. If we was to have the middle pole straight down the middle, now basically it'll rock from side to side. By doing that, spreading it over the 2 main anchor points, the front and the back of the bivvy, it makes this bivvy really nice and solid. It's not going to go anywhere. Right, there you can see the tension bars are in place. Now the bivvy at the moment is freestanding. We've pulled the legs out on the side. Now it basically will support itself, but to give it a bit more strength while we're putting the ground sheet in, I would advise firstly to put 4 bivvy pegs in. Put them in on the main frames, so nice and easy to put in. Push them all the way down. Now before we put the back one in, just pull the material nice and tight. Again, what I'm going to do now, 2 more pegs, going to pop over the other side and put these 2 in. Okay, the next stage now, basically we'll put the 4 pegs in, 2 either side. Before we put any more pegs in, we're going to put the ground sheet in. Now the ground sheet, as you can see, the zips start at the back. With all Prologic bivvies, this is one feature that is absolutely fantastic. The ground sheet sits 10 centimetres up the side, but to give me an easy way of putting the ground sheet in, I'm just going to grab this in there, take this in with me and drag the rest of the ground sheet in. Now one special feature that I forgot to mention the first time round before I come inside the bivvy. The ground sheet has 2 sides to it. One's nice and shiny side, and the other one's a matte finish. Always keep the matte finish on the top and the shiny side down. That way you'll never go wrong putting the ground sheet in the bivvy. So I've connected both sets of zips inside. Now this is at the back of the bivvy. Now all I have to do is slowly work my way around, zipping all the ground sheet in. Now to be fair, the women, if you're fortunate enough or lucky enough to take a lady with you fishing, they love these ground sheets because they can stay inside the bivvy knowing damn well that the creepy crawlies and stuff inside can't get inside the bivvies. Now this is one feature that you basically Prologic boast about. So if your partner's a bit squeamish and they don't like the creepy crawlies, there's no excuses for coming carp fishing now. Going to carry on with the ground sheet, just zipping it in, working my way around. So now you can see the back's all zipped in place, the front as well. We just join the zip up again. And nice and easy, the zip's all put in place. Now another unique feature on this is why we only put the 4 pegs in on the outside. Basically underneath the ground sheet is a pegging point. Now this shares the same pegging point as the actual material on the bivvy. So there we can start to pull it out now and you see the ground sheet inside all ready to take shape. Now what we're going to do, next stage is go around, pull all the rings out and start pegging the bivvy down. Now the bivvy starts to take shape, we've got the ground sheet in place, the pegs are all in place as well, the tension's taken up. Just to top it off, basically place the elasticated hoop over the peg. This takes the tension just off the peg and spreads the load across the bivvy, keeping the material nice and tight. Now you can see the Commander V2 session bivvy in all its glory. Now basically, like most other bivvies on the market, it's got your added windows. Now these are under here. Now one point to put out here, now they're covered over with a waterproof material. They're also waterproof sealed zips. That means you can't see the teeth in there. When the material's in place, it's absolutely sealed. So we've got the mosquito mesh there, so you can allow the ventilation to go through. Now we're at the front door on the Commander VX2. Now you can see there's 2 zips. One removes the front panel to bear basically the mosquito mesh. Now this zips halfway down to here, this is where it stops, so that you can sit inside, get in the draft of the nice breeze coming through, no mosquitoes going to come through and bite you. The bigger zip at the top, you open that, and that's access to the bivvy. Also see on there at the back, we've got the nice big panel as well. Again, like the windows, the zip out ventilation panel on the back to get that through draft coming through on the red hot days. Helps the ventilation of the bivvy, keeping the angler nice and cool to concentrate on his fishing. One other added extra feature on the Commander V2 bivvy is the fact that you can remove the complete front panel. So this comes into its own when we talked about in stage 1 about extending the bivvy with the overwrap at the front so you can get a lot more stuff inside. Also, if it's a nice day and you didn't want to sit behind the mosquito mesh, you know, and you wanted to feel the rays of the sun, you can take the front panel off. Nice and easily done. Just unhook the elastic tension strap and simply zip the panel all the way around. Now, as you can see, the Commander V2 bivvy is all up in its proud, if you like, stance and glory there, ready to be used. Another accessory we've got for it is the overwrap. Now this is available separate. Now this again puts like a porch area on. It extends the bivvy at the front by 1.25 centimetres, which is big enough for me to sit in there in a chair, have my bivvy table by the side of me, or even a table in between us too, with my partner over the other side so we can eat food, all under shelter. So we're going to take this out of its bag, we're going to pop it on the bivvy and take you through the final features of this delightful new piece of kit from Prologic. So here we are with the overwrap. What I'm going to do is start to open it, and I'm going to look for the main frame inside. Now basically this is like what's on the bivvy. It's the external aluminium frame. Now there's only one rib on this, so just wind it open till I get to the poles and then simply open it out again. Okay, so here we have the overwrap. Now basically the aluminium frame's all been locked together. Again, it's boasting the same anti-chafing elastic bushes inside the aluminium poles. All we've got to do now is lift it in place, throw it over the bivvy, put the tension bar in place, peg it down, and we're ready to start fishing. Okay, so here we are at the front of the bivvy. We've put the poles together on the aluminium frame. We've opened the door, we've chucked the rest of the material over the back of it. We'll pull it all roughly in place. First thing we do now with a carabiner clip is just find the tension pole. This, basically the external frame, the aluminium pole here, has two hoops at the bottom and it gives us a tension again. Again, adding more strength to this bivvy. Okay, so I've got the carabiner, stroke the tension strap in place. Next stage, I'm going to peg the bivvy down. We'll start from the back and work our way forward. Now with this, basically, you can use the bivvy that's already pegged down with its pegs as a pegging point. It doesn't have to be 6 inches away or anything like that. It can be virtually right next to it. The last thing to put in place is just a tension bar on the top rib. Now this goes inside the bivvy, so follow me and have a look how it goes. So it just simply clips in place up there on the frame of the bivvy, and you'll see this one's got a dead end on it. You can extend that now. There's a little pocket here, little recess for the pole to go in. So just pop the pole in place. So that just feeds into there, then take the tension up and lock it off. That's it, our bivvy and overwrap complete. Well, there we are. That's the Commander V2 in place with the added extra overwrap on top. The only thing left for me to do now is get the rods out. See you soon.